Okay, so we're looking at speed today. First thing we're looking at is speed as a rate and then finding the average speed. So speed in this example of a rate in units, which is distance/time. To express speed in the simplest way, we find the distance traveled per 1 unit of time. So you'll remember doing this. We have done it before, and it's always remember we come back to bring it down to the base unit. So you get a question like this, 400 kilometers per 5 hours, and they want you to simplify it as much as you can. So we've got to take it down to 1 unit of time. Where's the time here? The time is the hours. So we want to bring that to 1. What do we do to that 5 to make it a 1? We divide it by 5. So by dividing it by 5, you put your answer there. You've got to divide this side by 5 as well. And you do that, and you would get 80 kilometers per hour. You don't put the 1 hour in, but that's what you're wanting it to do. You're showing that it's 1 hour. Give you another example. If you've got 100 kilometers in 40 seconds, right, so it's the time over here that we have to bring to 1 unit. We divide it by 40. We divide that side by 40 as well. And we get 2.5 meters per second. Okay, remember, kilometers per second. Remember to write down the units as well. Now, come on, things that we've got to remember. The most common units of speed are meters per second, which would be m/s, and kilometers per hour. Those two get used the most, so make sure you write them properly. In speed calculations, time taken has to be 1 time unit. We can't use like 12.31 and then put 3 hours, 5 minutes. You've got to use one way or the other, one format or the other. Right, so if you get a question that says calculate in kilometers per hour when the time is not in a whole number of hours, you write the time as a decimal number. So let me show you how to do that. So you get 2 hours, 23 minutes, 10 and a half seconds. First thing you do is change it into exactly what I've done. 2 hours, 23 minutes, 10.5 seconds. Okay, next step is we're going to go 23. So we've got our 2 hours, it's recording, and then we're going to go 23 minutes. The next part is going to be out of 60 because these are seconds. So how many seconds are in 1 minute? 10.5. So we're going to put 10.5 over 60. Okay. Then in your next line, you're going to go 2 hours, and that's going to give you 23.175 minutes, which is great, but we want the whole number as a decimal. So we go 2 hours, and we put that as a decimal over 60 because there's 60 minutes in 60 seconds in a minute. And then we'll come to 2.38625. We can't have that. We've got to simplify our fraction, which will be simplified to 2.39 hours. Okay. Just remember, if you ever have to contact between, I won't be much longer, Miss Morris is waiting for me. If you ever have to convert between speed units, minutes per second, you multiply by 3.6, which will give you your kilometers per hour, and your kilometers per hour, you divide by 3.6 to get your minutes per second. All right, one more question that we're going to go through is writing your average speed as a rate. So Tara's best time for running is 200 meters is 40 seconds. They want you to calculate her average speed in minutes per second. So the first thing we do is we look at the time. The time was 40 seconds, so we divide by 40. Right. Now we're going to divide the other side by 40. What you do to the one side, you do to the other side, and we get that she runs at 5 meters per second. If we have to now take that one step further, we've got Peter. He takes 8 hours and 24 minutes to drive 588 kilometers in his car. Calculate his average speed. So we've got 8 hours, and then we want to put that into a decimal first. So first put it into a decimal. So we've got 24 over 60 because there's 60 minutes in an hour. Change that into our fraction, and we get 8.4 hours. So now, where you go, put it as a rate. 588 kilometers per 8.4. What do we do to that, to the time? We divide it by 8.4, and so we've just got 1 hour, and we divide the kilometers by 8.4, and we get 70 kilometers per hour. Beautiful. Thank you very much.